I would say I've been the only one in America on the Aaron Rodgers isn't perfect and deserves a lot of criticism for the Packers issue. You won't hear anybody say that, especially in small town Green Bay. It's a college town, let's be honest. It's the size of the average college town, and college towns have pom-pom waving media. And so in Philadelphia, New York, or bigger markets, a Denver, a Dallas, a Chicago, Boston, you'll get critical comments from the media. You get to small college towns, everybody's afraid of Nick Saban. Everybody's afraid of Jim Harbaugh or Urban Meyer. What do you know? The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, longtime NFL writer Bob McGinn, saying what we have for 5 years, and all we get is hate mail. Bob McGinn goes out to say it's time Aaron Rodgers shared some of the responsibility. He had lows in completion percentage last year. He bolts the pocket prematurely, glares and gestures at teammates. I've been talking about that for 4 or 5 years. You're supposed to inspire troops. He doesn't inspire troops. He's condescending. He's got bad body language. That's me saying it, not Bob McGinn. But he's coming out here and he's saying what needs to be said. He's had weak playoff performances in losses to the Giants and the Seahawks, outplayed by Colin Kaepernick in the Packers playoff ousters in 2012 and 13. In January, outgunned in the end by Arizona's Carson Palmer. Nobody wants to blame Aaron Rodgers. And what I've said is, I don't think he has great leadership qualities. I think he has great athletic qualities. I think he's the A-Rod. Jeter was less talented, but a leader. That's Brady. Rodgers is A-Rod, more talented, not necessarily great leadership qualities.